last race of the season at Talladega, and I actually got the win on this one. So buckle in and enjoy the next hour of racing. I've got the eye taker going, and we are actually just about to take the green flag right here. We're going to be running the Fox camera. And here we go, take the green flag for lap 1. Start off the race. We have Rodney Kramer on the pole. There's me in the back. Outside lane, super slow car. We had a big wreck first turn, first lap. And everybody got some instances out of that one. Just trying to avoid it. So we made it literally one corner before the caution came out. Now this is a 60 lap race. I think we made 0 of 60 before the caution happened. In front of me is Mike Major, Marty's car, and behind me I believe is Alan Shewan in the Exxon car. Let's see, yeah, that's Alan behind me. And we'll actually take our first lap under caution. There on the outside, that's Tony Hilbrand's. I think he got into that wreck, or he might have avoided it, I'm not sure. Or something, or focused on me, but obviously Mike got the shittier deal out of that wreck. I kind of actually walked away with no damage, and the other quote-unquote teammate, which we're not technically, we're all teammates because we're all in the league, but James Brown, he got tangled up with me during the incident as we're trying to check up and slow down, make sure no cars are on the track. There's Tim in the Dodge. We got Corey Wharton down there in the blue car. Tim's in the red. Mike Major is in the Hardee's. Tony's in the black. I'm in the Superflow, and Alan is in the Exxon car. Basically just bringing it down pit road to see what kind of damage we have, how long and how bad it was going to hurt. And I actually got no time out of it. I just decided to go ahead and take tires because I checked up hard. Mike was waiting on me in the pits. James just pulled in. Let's see some others. There was so Rodney Kramer in the lead, Seth Schultz second, Robert Barris third, Brad Spidle third, Corey Wharton in fifth, Tim Strandberg seventh, Mike Major seventh, Tony Hilbrand's eighth, me ninth, Alan Shewan 10th, Brian Clark 11th, and Corey Brown 13th, and Paul Smith 13th, James Brown 14th, and Aaron Gearing rounds out the top 15. And after that incident, I think we did have a couple disconnectors, so there were only 18 cars left in the race. Back up, line up behind the pace car. There's James coming back into the picture. He's going in to get more damage fixed, I believe. Yeah. Corey, James, and Alan are going back in to take more, get as much of their optionals fixed as possible. so he's got to work on tires, and otherwise he's going to run him off the line. Speed is 80 miles an hour. We do not go until green comes out. We maintain pace speed. No jumping, no 3 wide on restarts or the first lap unless it's unavoidable. So Rodney's and Seth are going to kick this one off. Flag. Racing resumes lap 4, technically. Got Rodney and Seth battling out. Me and Tony are teammates. That's why we have consecutive numbers. Is the master of the draft, so behind me is Tony and Corey and Mike and Alan. James is on the inside still. Corey looks, 2 Corys are back to back now. Off into the backstretch. Corey Morton looking down the middle lane. Now basically I'm trying to let Tony get as much room as he can so he can get around me so I can group back to Mike and James as we cross the line at over 200. There we go, Tony gets the inside line. There we go. Now James and Mike get behind me, and we're gonna pretty much stay that way the rest of the race. Now the way we run it, pretty much whoever's leading the 3 of us pretty much calls the shots on which way we're going to take the line. The dynamic track and the new tire models, obviously the tires fall off, so we do have to change our line. Ideally, the fastest lane is hugging the bottom all the way around the track, but as the tires fade or fall off, you push up in the corners really bad, and eventually you'll see us running a, well, I call it a mid to low. About the middle lane on the back stretch, middle lane, front, and then we'll arc it down into the corner, but we still have fresh tires right now. So right now I'm scored in 11th. In front of Mike Major, James Brown, Brian Clark, Aaron Gearing, Andy Koklova, Paul Schimmerl, and Eric Corbel. This plan really worked out well for us at Daytona. We did this exact same strategy. Well, we stay together, run it back, and hit at the same time. That way we all could get back out as 3 cars and stay fast. But Talladega is a completely different beast than Daytona. Daytona throws you in the corner. Talladega, you actually have to steer it. Rodney's still holding on to that lead there. Got Rodney and Tim. Keep it double file for at least the front 3 rows. Nice view coming out here. 10 laps in. I'm just coasting. This is the point where we agree that we kind of just float around just to save the tires. James, I do believe, got all of the damage makes. He was still just as fast as everybody else, and it was only minor contact between me and him. I don't know how I didn't receive any left rear damage, because I did when he checked up and I checked up. I did give him a little bit of damage on his leg front, and that hurt. But everything appears to be okay with it. Now 3 wide, coming to turn 3. One of the few times you can actually see that in iRacing without destroying the entire field. We do it quite often. Actually holding the line. So now we got Rodney moving down to block Seth. Tim's up on the high line. Corey Brown moves up to go to Tim. Tony's up to 3rd. The outside line is just not going with 3 cars. So now your top 10 will be, I don't know why it's scored 7 on that one, because Rodney had it, but Rodney Kramer, Seth Schultz, Tim Strandberg, Tony Hilbrands, Corey Brown, Brad Speidel, Corey Wharton, Paul Schimmerl, Robert Barris, and Alan Schoon round up the top 10. And at this point, I do believe, well, there are other people that are very behind their damage. They were involved in the turn 1 lap 1 accident. So now we have Rodney Kramer, Seth Schultz, Tony Hilbrands, 3rd, Brad Speidel in 4th, Corey Wharton 5th, Tim Strandberg back to 6th, Corey Brown 7th, Robert Ferris 8th, Paul Schimmel shuffled back to 9th, and Alan is still holding on to the 10th place. So as you can see, me, Mike, and James are in no hurry to go anywhere. Now we run the National Impala, which is the K&N car. The Pete K&N car. Let's do a little crank it up racing. Rodney's still out there holding the lead. See, there's several different James did have the City Chevrolet, but he felt that his Max Slayer came up. So he got a win in the Truck Series with it. Yeah, right there was the one weird moment of the race. My car just pushed up out of the trial real bad. Of course, that was my first league race running the Fanatic wheel versus the 27. See everybody getting dicey. Just showing in the back. The speed charts. We're doing 199 miles an hour coming out of turn 4. See what our speed is at the stripe. Should be about 201. Roughly holding on 199 on the line. 200 miles an hour going into turn 1. Getting a hell of a draft. So we're doing 200, but we're not really being super aggressive. But let's see, this should be lap 20 now we're coming up to. Lap 20, 41 to go. Still kind of distancing ourselves just enough to where we've got the lead draft, but where we're staying in the buffer zone in case anything does happen in front, as we saw from the very first corner. And to clarify what happened, it took a while, but number 83 of Aaron Gearing missed a shift on the start, and everybody just plowed over him, so that's what caused the big one, so to speak. We've all missed shifts, I've done it plenty of times. Now I'm getting a little racy there, making a pass. The non-plate tracks, we usually have a lot more people show up. For some reason, people do not like running the restricted plate tracks, which I absolutely love plate tracks. Especially with big setups. Good shot of the whole field right there. All 13 of us that are running the pack that are not damaged. Little rattlesnaking going down the back stretch. And about now is when you see the tire fade starting to come in, and you see kind of pushing up the little corners. Even though we kind of made our tires last a little bit longer since we weren't actually running 100%. Front three up top are Tony and Corey. Everybody else is pretty much just hugging the bottom. Ooh, Alan got real close to the wall there. Coming up on halfway here in a few laps. All three Oh, there goes Tim. There's the other caution. Let's actually go back, and we're gonna go to Tim's car and see what happened there. So we're gonna go back a lap, and we're gonna see what happened with Tim. So we're watching through. We're gonna do a slow motion replay of what happened. Oh, he gets the wall coming off of a 2, and then he comes down and collects Corey Brown with him. And at this point, he's full lock. Corey's still got him rolling. Now he's full lock again. And oh, hard impact into that safer barrier. Oh, very hard lick. Corey, I think, noses his in. Oh, yeah, Corey gets a good... Oh, wow, yeah. Corey got a good double lick in there. Tim took a really hard hit to the back. So that's what brought out our caution. As we go back to me. That's going to call the caution out, and that's going to shuffle the order a little bit. So we'll wait till we get back to the flag, and we'll see what the field order is now. I think this is where we start gambling a little bit. Just hit the caution flag. Slow down, catch the pace car. Or even middle back. Middle back to 3. Yep, pace car is in 3. Now, I think we all do come in because we have all run. Well, I've run. I got 1 lap pressure tires. Mike has 1 lap pressure tires. James has 2 lap pressure tires. And yes, we're all coming in. But I don't know if this is where I hit fake and stay out to get a bonus point. Yep, this is where me and James stay out. So I will actually inherit the lead here. Everybody else goes down to make their pit stops. Now the plan here was for me to lead a lap, get the bonus point, and then James lead a lap, but he would have been in the closed pit, which would have been a green flag penalty. Well, it would have been a black flag, green flag stop. We had to make it green. I will be taking my car down pit road this time by, since I've got the point now for leading the lap. As of right now, yeah, I'm going up right now to play games in the pace car. Right now it's me, James Brown, Rodney Kramer, Seth Schultz, Brad Speidel, Tony Hillbrands, Corey Ward, Alan Schuin, Robert Ferris, Paul Smith for your top 10, Mike Major, Tim Strandberg, Corey Brown, Andy Kotlova, Brian Clark, Aaron Gearing, Paul Schimmerl, and Eric Corbel will round out the field. But I do come down pit road this time by, so I will pass the lead over to James. He will get his bonus point, but he doesn't traded a bonus point for a pit stop. The beauty of how all this is going to work out, as you can see, Corey Brown and Tim Strandberg's cars are still on pit road due to the heavy damage of Corey's blew up. And you see Brian coming in here. Oh god, he's just a bad camera on that. Brian and Andy also come into pit. So I'm coming in for full tank and 4 tires. And I'll be just crossing the stripe now for halfway. And short shifting it, just so I can save as much fuel as possible. This will cycle me back around to 11th place again, behind Mike Major, which is right where I want to be. How the I-Checker is always 1 lap behind. So now we've all got 4 fresh Dr. Feel Goods on the car, full tank of gas, ready to let it rip the rest of the race. Stops for more damage. I thought I felt something, so I gave the car a couple quick tugs just to see, but it was nothing. So we've got James Brown as the leader. Rodney Kramer in second, Seth Schultz in third. Lights on the pace car are off, so we are 1 to green. Brown. Yeah, electing the inside. Rodney Kramer is the outside, Seth Schultz on the inside third. Brad Spuddle in 4th, Tony Hilbrand in 5th, Alan Schumann in 6th, Robert Ferris 7th, Paul Smith 8th, Mike Major 9th, me 10th. That rounds out your top 10. Then you got Corey Wharton, Tim Strandberg, Corey Brown, which they're still on pit road. Andy, I believe, is also on pit road. Back there. Andy get out of the back. So we still have some of them that are some of them were disconnects, so they're going to stay at the back of the running on the track. I do believe Corey Wharton is the last car on the field as the pace car is getting ready to duck off, and we're going to take the green flag again. Hopefully run this one all the way. James is on 32-lap old tires. And the rest of the field is on fresh tires. Green flag's out. I give Mike the room to come up. Mike and Corey Wharton together. Little bump gap there. I do believe 12th on the back are He goes for the low move, I believe, on the backstretch. Oh, there you are behind. Corey Wharton looking on the inside, which I'm wanting him to take the inside lane. James is trying to drop back. He's got Tony behind him. Tony and Paul Smith. Seth now inherits the lead with Rodney Kramer behind him. So it's Seth, Rodney, James, and Tony on the inside. James just pulls to the inside, big time to let everybody by. Like he said, he is on way older tires. Well, he's on his original set. They're well over 30 laps in. About a 60-lap race. And the tire fall off right around the 15-20 lap mark. So me, Mike, and James are going to put back up together. Strandberg getting back out on the track, number 9. We got James moving high, so me and Mike can get back. Actually, we're letting James in between us. That way he can save fuel. There's no way you can make it 60 laps on a tank of gas here. So obviously, we're trying to get James in that cushion where he's using the least amount of fuel as possible. With him being in the center, he's right there in the cushion of air, so he is using minimal fuel. He's getting the lead draft off of Mike and not behind the cushion. So he can actually almost free float around the track. He doesn't have so much throttle, whereas Mike's got to stay in at full bore, and I've got to keep checking my throttle so I don't get too close, jump in the wrong spot. Pretty much right there is about perfect. Start getting on, I'll start bumping James to give him some extra speed, and I think he was only using 0.8 of a gallon to make one lap. 8 to 7/10. Seth there battling for the lead still. This is the final race of the season for the DieHardRacing League. And this is basically for the championship. so a lot of people are fighting for that spot. And some people are still searching for the first win. Lap 40. Next time will be 20 to go. Now it's kind of where we're doing the mid to low again, because James's tires are fading so bad that he cannot stay down in the corners. So we're running whatever line he can hold, because you see there his car pushes up the track where me and Mike can hold it down. I'm trying to stay right glued to the back of James so I can just push the snot out of him. So lap 41, it's Seth Schultz in the lead, followed by Rodney Kramer, Corey Wharton, Robert Harris, Brad Speidel, Tony Hilbrand, Paul Smith, Alan Shewan, Mike Major, and James Brown around at the top 10. Then there's me in 11th, Tim Strandberg in 12th, and I do believe Corey made it back on the track, so Corey is still in scoring position as well as Andy. 15 on back, they're all out of the race. But Tim and Corey have heavy damage, as the replay that went back and did showed. Me and Mike use a program called iSpeed. It's free, and it's a good free telemetry. Come up, give James a little bump there. Let's see if we're moving faster now. No, we're still staying right at about 200 miles an hour. But iSpeed is an amazing program. Shows you speed delta, time delta, average fuel use for 5 laps, how many laps till empty, how many laps since last pit stop. There's also a thing called iAnalyzer, so you can, there's a whole bunch of informative tools that'll help you. I don't know the secondary line. Pushing the hell out of James. Feels pretty much single file except for one. Front 4 staying in a nice tight group. Bump. Now you can see how much his car is running up the track, and I'm just trying to stay right behind him as the whole field now stays pretty much in a straight line. Mike had to let out big time. You see that Dodge is tracking a little sideways. We get past Alan. Alan ducks in. At this point, James is just holding on for dear life. Nice little speed boost there. Alan's falling behind. Now there's a lot of gambling in this race and they seem to have paid off. For me at least. Now normally dropping back for somebody would be a complete total dumbass move when you're right there where you want to be. Sometimes it works. And Alan comes over the radio, I believe in the next couple of laps, and asks if I would drop back to pick him back up. And there's a good shove to James right there. Actually lifted the back of his car up a little bit. There's another shove going in the corner. Yep, there's our back off. I'm trying to let Alan pull back in. Normally I would never do that, but Alan was running for points, and I was not. My rookie season with DieHardRacing. If I'm not in the championship, I'll try to help somebody who is out. Which James and Mike were also running for it too. Now Alan's caught my draft, and we're gonna make our way back up to Mike and James. The field there, now you can see there's a pretty good gap between me and James. I'm the lap 49. It's always a lap behind. We are way off, so that's 6 miles an hour off at least from the draft speed. At this point, I'm just full throttle, leaving it all on the track, nothing on the table. Apparently we're only on lap 49. There's the field and there's us. I'm trying to make it work. The gap is growing. The only thing that's going to fix that would be a caution. But today's the time the cars have to run together. Matter of fact, Alan, the driver of the 18, is the one who made the Superflow paint job. I do think the caution just came out. Yes, the caution did come out, so we're going to go back and we're going to see exactly what happened here. So we're going to go, let's see, Rodney's involved in it. Brad. Tony. So let's go back to Rodney. And we're going to go a lap before and see what caused the wreck here. Once again, we're going to do it in slow motion as the wreck unfolds. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and it's to the outside. Yep, we need to back it up just a hair to catch this one. I think Tony just gave... Tony gave Brad a little bit too much of a bump. And I think that's right there. That bump shoots Brad's car sideways. So he clips the wall. He tries to lock it down. Tony's car, holy shit, gets airborne. And then now we're going to move over to Tony's car. Damn it. We're going to get there eventually. So Tony's car comes down and side slams Rodney's. Oh, Paul got in it too. And now Tony and Rodney are completely sideways in front of James. Oh God, this is not going to look good. I think he's holding it in the wall, try to lock it down. Oh, is there secondary contact? Oh yes, Brad gets into Tony. Rodney backs into the wall, keep it there. We see it coming, so me and Alan slowed down. Tony's got some very bad rear damage. Rodney looks like it's left side, or right side, as he slides back down the track, and Brad just kept it spiked in the wall to try and minimize the amount of damage, but as you can see, they slide down. Tony's able to recover easily. Rodney's facing the wrong way. And we are back under caution again as everybody tries to get going. So we're going to cycle back to the Fox cam. Live feed. That was a very interesting replay, and we're going to see what happens between them from now. So now we're inside the 10 laps to go mark. And for me, luckily, backing off to pick up Alan actually wasn't a bad thing because, like I said, we needed a caution, right? So we're on lap 52, that's basically 9 to go. Because you have to complete lap 60. Technically, 61. Right, to be a complete race. So we literally have a handful of laps remaining. And James gets his much needed pit stop as the whole field breaks off except for me because I'm like, screw you. Alan decided, oh, was I going to go or was I not? So he took service. So that will inherit the lead to Robert. And me in second. And then we've got Tim, who's the lucky dog. So he's going to pass the field and get a lap back. I'm just in fourth gear right now, letting my tires cool down, letting everything cool down, save fuel. That'll be Tim racing around. I see Seth coming up. Now the cool thing about this league is just like with NASCAR, the leader gets to choose inside or outside line for the restart. Unlike a standard official race where the leader obviously is inside line and second place is outside. So as we run around, we're pretty much we all have our game paces on now. Now that I'm up in the top 3, I definitely got my game pace on. So you can see the field starting to come back together. Making at least one more before the when we go. So your running order is Robert Barris, myself, Seth Schultz, Corey Morton, James Brown, Mike Major, Alan Schumann, Paul Smith, Rodney Kramer, and Tony Hilbrand's round out the top 10. Then we have Brad Speidel, Tim Strandberg, Corey Brown. I believe 14th on back is all in the garage. We got 2 Chevys and 2 Fords top 5. Well, there should be 3 Chevys and 3 Chevys and 2 Fords in the top 5. Bad day for the Dodges, unfortunately, being a Dodge guy myself. Unlucky circumstance. But that is true restrictor plate racing. Ultra high speeds in a car that is not meant to do it. That's why you pay for the whole season going into DH. As you can see, all the one-dimensional cardboard cutouts are standing up. We're lining up now. Robert elects to take the outside line for the restart. So that'll shuffle it to me and Seth and James. Me, Seth, James, and Alan on the inside line. Robert, Corey, Mike, and Paul on the outside. Tony's on the inside, Rodney's on the inside, Tim's back there. Brad is on the outside. And what we'll hope will be the last restart of the race. Starting on top of it. She's going to the backstretch. You can see how these cars squat so much to the rear. Mine in particular, for some reason. Like everybody else's nose is down, mine looks like it's free. Looks like I have to take the springs out of the back of it. And right there, I blanked out that charter was having a couple of issues. That was the only time that's happened in about 3 months, which I'm glad it happened on a pace lap. So we're all jamming it down in second gear, waiting for the pace car to take off and finish this race out. Pace car's gonna dive down pit road. me maintain pace speed until the green flag does come out. And with a handful of laps, we are green. Whoa, got Brad getting out of the way there. So now it becomes a battle for me to maintain the lead because I know I've got Seth behind me and he's a hell of a racer. Giving me bumps in the corner. Now I'm on older tires, Seth has brand new fresh tires. And right now I am just in survival mode. I've got to fend off the outside line and I've got to protect the bottom line and stay low enough so Seth doesn't get a nose underneath me and shoot me up a lane. So you can see it's me, Seth, James, and Mike on the inside, and then we got Robert, Corey, and Alan on the outside. This was literally only a handful of laps to go. I don't think with only 3 cars on the outside line that it's going to work against 4. And it's not really that big of a difference, you'd think, but when it comes to super speedway, with these cars, you need at least 3 or 4 cars together to run faster. And that could be the bottom line, that could be the top line. The more cars you have, they're pulling a consistent line, the faster you're going to be. It all comes down to being smooth in the corners. Now, obviously, me with older tires, I'm going to want to push up. But you can see my car sticking up, and Seth had about a half a nose, which he could have taken full advantage of. He could have just dumped me to take the win. So we're just balls out racing now. I believe at this point James is on the radio saying that he's going to push me to the win. You can see Seth looking, and you can see Robert coming down there, do a little bit of side driving and getting skipped. Now there's only 2 cars on the outside line, it fell apart. So now we've got 4 cars versus 2, which is never gonna win on the outside. And they get a run, but nothing close to what a 4-car single file can. Seth was looking there on the outside, but Robert closed the door on him. I think we're coming to either 1 or 2 to go. So as it goes right now, we're on lap 58. It's myself in the lead, followed by, as it was scored, Robert Ferris, Seth Schultz 3rd, Corey Wharton 4th, James Brown 5th, Mike Major 6th, Alan Schuin 8th, or 7th rather, Paul Smith 8th, Sonny Hilbrand 9th, and Rodney Kramer at top 10. Seth right there could have gotten around me again, but he stayed with me because he was getting the shit bumped out of my James there. Now you got Robert there trying so hard to get that side draft going. We got 2 to go, and there's the wreck. There's the wreck. And a caution comes out at the very end of the race, which hands me the victory. So we're going to go back and we are going to see what happened, because I know it was between James. It was between James and another car. Oh, stop that. Go back another lap. We're going to play and we're going to see what happened. Oh no, it was Corey Wharton. I'm pretty sure that was Corey Wharton that did that one. We're going to do this in a super slow motion to see exactly what happened. I believe I went back 1 lap too far. So we're going to see what happens when we come back from the start. Now is when we're going to slow it down, because this is where it gets interesting. We're going to see what exactly transpired. You can see James's right front is kicked out a little. He gets a good shove from Mike. Corey's running up high. Robert's drafting. Corey's coming down a little bit. No, he's maintaining his lane. Actually coming up some. Oh, this camera sucks. We need to go to a better camera. Let's go to the blimp and see what happened here. So you can see Corey's a full lane higher than James. It looks like Corey just drives right down onto James. Wow. Yeah, Corey just turns right into James. Which sends Corey and James, Corey wall rides. And James, does he hold on to it? Yes, James holds on to it, but Corey goes for a ride. So it looks like that's what happened there. Corey just flat out dumped James. Go back to the box cam. So we race back to the caution. I'm going to catch the pace car for the last lap of the race. As our speeds are down. Alan. Oh no, that was for the checkered flag. That was at the end of the race. That was the last corner. Here I am at victory lane. Front of the number 91 slow down. Seth and Robert are lining up for a picture at the stripe. So I'm just trying to get the hell out of the way so they can get the picture. Seth and Robert are getting the picture as the flag stand guy's like, what the hell's going on? And I'm just waiting to get the checkered flag here. Damn, the fans empty out real quick over here. Then again, I would too if there was no backs on the seats. So yep, there's Seth resetting the pit road. Now I'll come up. I'll go grab the checkered flag real quick. A little celebration. Woohoo, yeah. And I'll take off. Traditional Polish victory lap style. and make a hard right back down on the pit lane, where I will be going to virtual victory circle. Slide into the box, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the race. Good stuff. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. That actually, this time I was able to get one of my wins on film, thanks to a second monitor. I'm watching it. I'm going to try and reload my A-class win at Talladega in the Cup cars. But that right there was the highlight of my season, seeing how that moved me up to, I think, 11th or 12th in the points, seeing how I only had 7 starts. I joined midway through with my rookie season, but it was a great race. Sucked that the events that happened did, and it hurt some of the ones that needed the points. But it was an exciting race. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.